First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some space here. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll take that. 14 yards on play number 1. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. The Niners are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's third down. You talk about this Seahawks defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into Week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Now that play stopped by Drake Jackson. And this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Now they'll audible to something else. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now a 2nd and 10. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division, down the numbers, there he goes. DeAndre Swift, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DeAndre Swift. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side, Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get it behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw, Purdy. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Purdy tosses out wide, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. And down inside the 15 he goes. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Ayuk going to go in motion right. Purdy from the gun on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. The coverage coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Purdy now on second down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Final play of the half. Purdy. His throw incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. A good tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw here. To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6. He'll look to throw. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I even brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9. Purdy now to throw. As he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Purdy. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. There's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4. Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave it with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the... From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Purdy off the play fake. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The offense on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll field this at the 5. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Come on.
Here's 1st and 10.
Mustang 19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And shutting him off now open field. Still on his feet. And he'll be taken down at the 26.
It's a gain of 63 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Back to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. And that is no good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Second and 10. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 136 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
3rd down and 13. Here's Purdy. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets this complete to Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8. And defensively, they'll say you can have that.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So the victory here for San Francisco. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for San Francisco, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.